안녕하십니까, 집돌이온입니다. 드래곤즈 도그마2 노멀 엔딩을 보니까 바로 2회차 할 수 있는 레벨 장비를 계속 처음부터 시작하기 이게 생겼어요. 이거 누르면 망해요. 맨 처음에 있어. 또 메뉴가 직전부터 저게 폰트 모드 깔았는데 예쁜 것 같아. 폰트 모드 개발해주신 분 감사합니다. 그분이 이 영상을 보실 일은 없겠지만 그래도 어딘가에서 보고 계신다면은 제가 잘 쓰고 있습니다. 스킵. 그래서 저 왕자에 앉아서 아름답게 이제 왕위를 계승하는 게 노멀 엔딩이고, 여기 지금 이분이 앉아 계세요. 이분은 전작의 그 개왕으로 추정이 되는데, 말을 걸면은 나왔던 거니까 패스하고, 정말 그 고난의 길을 걸을 것이냐 이걸 나한테 몇 번 물어보더라고요. 그래서 걸을 거거든요. 이것도 1편이랑 똑같은 것 같아요. 1편에서도 저 검 같은 걸로 자기 그 살자 해가지고 엔딩 분기 나뉘고 그랬었거든요. 용한테 가가지고 용 심장에 꽂는 것도 똑같아. 나는 힌트를 되게 많이 주시더라고요. 저 대가리까지 가면은 앵글로 계속 이 용의 심장을 보여줘요. 계속은 아니라 조금만 각도 틀면은 용 심장이 바로 보여. 그러니까 글로 가라 그 말이지. 어차피 거기가 약점이니까. 이게 아씨 팬티 매달렸을 때 약간 조작감이, 내가 이렇게 밑으로 하면 밑으로 빨빨 시원하게 가야 되는데 그렇지 않아요. 가끔 뭐 제자리에서 헛돌 때도 있고. 다음부터 여기까지 가면은 배달을 너무 길게 쳐. 이거 언제 먹었냐? 100개? 이거 힘을 얻은 혼백의 검을 쓰면 진엔딩. 이걸 나한테 쓴다고? 꽂아 넣는 게 아니라? 찌르기. 이거는 근데 1편 안 해보신 분들은 많이 놓치겠다. 저는 1편을 해봤기 때문에 알거든요? 짐작에 갔어요. 아, 이렇게 하면 되는구나. 안 해보신 분들은 못 갈 수도 있을 것 같은데? 네, 이번 작은 저 용의 존재감이 너무 없는 것 같아요. 용이 아마 이름이 뭐였더라? 이름이 있는데? 이름이 기억이 안 나네? 저 용이 이름이 있어요. 울리카 목소리다. 이거는 흑형. 이건 스펜? 용 이름 뭐였지? 기억이 안 나네. 그레고리였나? 난 아직도 얘가 남잔지 여잔지를 모르겠어. 일단 남자 같긴 한데, 옷부터 바꿔 입혀야겠다. 약간 그 그리스 신화에 나오는 헤라클레스 복장을 의도한 건데 컷신에서 보니까 완전 쉣인데? 얘도 정상은 아닌 것 같아요. 이런 이상한 애들 보고 우리 아이들이라고 하는 거 보니까. 용내림 아니야 이거? 눈 빨가면 용내림이라고 그랬는데. 아니야, 가면 안 돼. 얼굴 표정이 왜 저러지? 2회차 되면은 빨리 커마 좀 다시 해야겠다 진짜. 원에서는 아마 더 심했던 것 같아요. 제 기억에. 제가 오래돼가지고 기억이 안 나는데, 지네님 루트로 가려고 하면 애들이 한 명씩 다 등장해서 가지 말라고 막았었던 것 같은데. 가자, 진엔딩. 진엔딩 가면 이제 뭐 서큐버스는 나왔고 헬하운드 나오고 몹들 뭐 이것저것 나오겠지. 1편에서는 그 에버펄이라고 있는데 거기가 이제 붕괴되면서 나름 엔드 컨텐츠가 새로 생기거든요. 이것도 그건 것 같아요. 맞는 것 같네. 드래곤즈 도그마 2 이제 시작이야? 이제 본편 시작이야? 난 60시간 넘게 했던데. 용 대가리에 무슨 크리스탈 같은 게 박혀있어. 저게 약점이겠지. 어떻게 된 거냐 이게. 드래곤즈 도그마 2 가호 없는 세계를 보았다. 저 모드를 그거 깔았거든요. 저 노멀이라고 나온 거는 호감도. 내 호감도가 지금 제가 나에 대한 호감도가 얼마인지. 저 뒤에 키메라 아니니 저거? 고난 끝에 왕이 된 가짜 행복? 뭐 그것도 나쁘지 않지. 그렇게 되지 못한 실패한 세계. 이게 진짜 세계죠? 부정했어. 응보, 인과응보. 보십시오. 세계가 완전 멸망 직전인데? 진동봐. 저기로 가야 되나보다. 저 회오리 안으로 들어가야 되나봐. 와, 진동 너무 심해. 역대급인데, 진동? 멸망할 수밖에 없다. 선택받지 못한 세계. 이 세계는 허무 속으로 사라진다? 그때까지 원한다면 이 세계를 돌아봐라. 이야기로 남을 가치가 없는 세계가 얼마나 초라하고 비참하지 않아. 내가 이제 하나씩 다 구하는 뭐 그런 거 같은데? 여기 엘프 마을? 엘프 마을에 무슨 빨간 기둥 같은 게 있고 빛 같은 게 있고 여긴 바탈이다. 저 바자회 같은 데 쓰이는 깃발 달려있는 거 보니까 얘는 탈로스 거인 속상 화산섬. 화산섬이 여기는 해저 신전 같은데? 얘 다르네? 파란색이네? 저걸 이제 돌아다니면서 어떻게 해야 되나봐요. 네, 메인폰이 없는데? 모를 땐, 은희가 어디 갔을까? 퀘스트를 보면 돼요. 전속 폰을 찾는다. 용과의 대치 후 떨어져 버린 폰을 찾는다. 겨우 도착한 곳은 황폐한 땅이었다. 폰가 떨어졌구나. 파즈스 안 죽었냐? 살았냐? 그 다음에 해저신전, 여명의 도시, 인도자가 얘기한 선택받지 못한 세계, 쓰러져가는 왕 로세이에스, 이분은 수인이시고요. 그럼 이것부터 해야지. 일단 깊은 잠 이것부터 해야지. 당연히 우리 은희부터 빨리 찾아야지. 여기가 어디야 근데? 이게 아까 그건가 보다. 그 빨간 무슨 내려온 거. 맵이 바뀌었네. 여기 이렇게 길이 원래 없었거든요? 이런 길이? 이거. 이 새로운 길. 여기. 이렇게 시커먼 거 보면, 안 밝혀진 거 보면 내가 안 갔단 소리야. 그러니까 여기는 지금 새로 생긴 맵 같은데? 맞네. 여기 다 물이었는데, 물이 조금 일부 증발한 것 같아요. 엘프마을 여기 있고. 그럼 어떻게 되는 거지? 일단 모를 때는 폰부터. 바크바탈.
Arisen.
너야말로
Yet live.
살아있었냐?
I suspected as much.
여기 있다.
Given that you're porn, one might hypothesize that your porn is. In any case, we ought to apprise one another.
서로의 정보를 교환하자고? 일단 현재 상황.
I trust after you vanished, together with the 'twas perhaps a month from that
한 달.
day when a host of dragons descended. Luz the oracle called upon me.
예언자 루즈 씨는 걔 환술사 준 분이에요.
She tells it, Melve and its environment is surely only a matter of time. Before the rest,
자,
I
내
found
폰.
the poor creature collapsed. Recognizing your pawn, I thought it possible that alas, try what I might. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. Indeed, then I shall. In your absence, I had hoped your pawn might tell me, Arisen. What became?
어떻게 하지 깨어날까? 키스라도 해야 되나?
Into the sea on the dragons. Could that have been the world for? Yet why would such a being
얘는
live in those fathomless?
마냥 나쁜 놈이 아니었나봐. 파치스 씨 갑자기 왜 이렇게 협력 모드?
Now, if you can find a way to end this.
그 폰은 좋을 대로 해라. 원래 내 폰이야 임마. 원래 내 건데 무슨 지가. 315?
How long I've slept. But worry not. Now that I am awake,
말 한번 걸어주자.
I happen to understand
엘프어.
I expect
엘프어
to
넣지.
find my talent. What has become of the world?
호감도 올랐다. 317로.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every. Our foes are like to use the dark again.
이러면은 지금 뭐가 어떻게 되는 거야? 원하는 있도록 하자고? 전략적 제휴, MOU 체결. 지금 장비 열심히 얻은 이거 꽤 비싸게 주고 샀거든요. 다들 이 장비를. 역시나 창고행 더 좋은 거 나왔어요. 매점이래. 가게. 근데 하나에 10만 원이야. 돈이 12만 원밖에 없는데. 일단 퀘스트 여명의 도시 가보자.
So you're here, are you? Now that I think of it, I do seem to recall Lord Fate, but it matters not. Both we seek to devise some means of force. If you've an interest in helping us fight this battle, perhaps you will join us on. 'Tis all the same. Either way.
이거 서브캔가? 화산섬으로 오라는. 근데 나 얘한테 뭐 한 게 없는데 얘 갑자기 나한테 호감도가 왜 150 가까이나 되냐? 뭐지? 얘도 왜 13이나 돼?
Oh, there's something written here. Let's have a look then.
또 갑자기 뭐 퀘스트가 파지스의 반항. 여기 어디야? 잠깐만. 파지스의 반항. 여기 뭐야? 탈로스? 얘가 갑자기 왜 여기 있지? 얘는 얘가 탈로스 씨가 여기 어딘가에서 물속에서 나와가지고 일로 쭉 걸어오다가 여기서 죽었거든요. 얘랑 뭔가 이벤트가 있나 본데? 또 갑자기 이게 생겼어 또 나중에 기다려봐. 여명의 도시 이거부터. 뭐야? 여기 포탈이 생겼어. 어디였지 방금? 컷신으로 나왔는데 위치가 어딘지 모르겠네. 여기 어딘가 있겠죠? 저 있다. 아 로스 무슨 로세이스 씨?
Probing, I am he who brought them. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was thus did I come to know of the being by whose many eyes, as to the purpose with which they watch. Yet I did divine one thing. I despaired at this discovery, for was all afar. Do you understand, newest of the arisen? Alas, though I cut down all who seemed full indeed, I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign. Yet, I can only assume that how else to explain the changes? Ah, what bitter gall that I falter not, newest of the arisen, and fading spirit.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so if you would save the people of this world from ruin, for this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them. Right,
We too once bore the mad. As we walked our respective paths, one in despair of the dragon's bound, and one for fear of what. Yet you bear its. Hold fast to your strength of will.
Since times of eld, remember, draconic blood flew. Through the veins of lesser. None of the knowledge I have accrued can be of aid. Then go. Since times of eld, remember, draconic blood flew. Then I bid ye farewell.
The Mad Sovereign's power, yet it could prove the last best, alas. 'Twill not hold. The coming destruction can only truly.
지금 맵을 보니까 여기 빨간 게 지금 엘프 쪽이랑 수도 쪽이랑 수도 두 군데 있고 탈로스 있고. 근데 보면 퀘스트에서 여명의 도시 각지의 영향력 있는 이와 대화해서 해저 신전으로 피난을 유도하라고 하거든요. 여기로 지금. 그러면은 지금 해야 될 게 하브마을 가서 울리카 일행 피신시켜야 되고, 근데 울리카 말고 그 전사 울리카를 자기 친딸처럼 생각하는 렌나르트인가? 걔는 이미 여기 와 있어요. 그리고 소서러 퀘스트 했었던 그 할배랑 꼬맹이 걔가 어디였었냐면은 잠깐만, 맵이 날아갔네? 여기 맵이 원래 있었거든요? 이 맵이 다 날아갔어. 어떻게 된 거야? 그래서 여기 꼬맹이가 있었거든요? 걔도 지금 피신에 와 있어. 연료 어떻게 알고? 소서러 주는 꼬맹이. 엘프 마을 가서 보내줘야 되고. 여기 마을 있는데 수경지 어떡하냐? 멸망했나봐. 여기 봐, 막혔어. 아, 여기도 가야 되고. 이름 없는 마을 큰일 났네. 여기 언제 가지? 여기 되게 먼데. 그리고 이쪽에는 어디가 있냐? 아, 관문마을 가야 되고. 야, 너무 많아 갈 데가. 바탈은 바탈밖에 여기밖에 없어요. 여기만 가면 돼. 여기 마침 이것도 있고 빨간 거 이게 뭔지 모르겠어요. 이쪽은 그냥 메두사 만날 때나 가는 데고, 화산섬에도 여기 온천 있는 데랑 여기 발굴 현장 가야 되고. 아, 바쁘다. 할 거 많다. 아, 근데 맵이 갑자기 이렇게 시커멓게가 아니라 이 자줏빛으로 된 데는 멸망한 데인가 봐. 모르겠다. 어떻게 된 건지. 일단 어디부터 가야 되지 근데? 이거 뭐 순서 있는 거 아니겠지? 뭐 멸망하는 순서 이런 거 있는 거 아니겠지? 왠지 여기가 먼저 멸망할 것 같은데? 왜냐면 여기가 월광탑이 맨 마지막 퀘스트였었고, 그리고 화산이잖아요. 화산은 언제 또 폭발할지 모르니까 그 탈로스 퀘스트도 바로 주는 게 좀 수상해. 나 탈로스한테 먼저 가볼게요.
This has gone from bad to worse.
target when lying prone. Might not dare attempt such a feat, though. But together, I think we can manage it.
Feeling weary. I dare say I could lift an arm.
My thanks. What would I be without you?
Victory! Thank you, friend. I dread this place does not have long left, I fear. I'd gladly accompany you. Believe me. Follow me. You'll see what...
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
Tis a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set captured pawns to work. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the operation. Underlings like myself were given orders, and well, here you have it. They've been like this for... They refuse to leave. You might as well try... I know they don't die like we do, but it seems cruel. I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part. I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. At any rate, I've tried everything I can think of.
The command came a month ago or more. We are to remain here.
I implore you, Arisen. Take...
So they're staying here because they were ordered, and they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get a word out of them. But never mind that. More importantly, it was the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, that craven up and ran, but on his way out, he used that artifact. I expect that order of his is what the pawns were referred. Listen, friend. I've a thought. If the Overseer's command is indeed still in effect, use that key to have a look around. It's best keep your eyes peeled for the Overseer as well.
It shan't open without the key.
Be on the lookout.
By the by, what strikes me...
Circumstances forbid me from obeying. I pray. I miscalculate.
By the by, what strikes me as... I jest. After all, if your companion were a pawn, that would make...
Mayhap we could bring the people to the seafloor shrine. I expect 'twould grant us a bit more time.
Still, 'tis easier said than done. The people may not believe us, even should we make our case.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then? Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then? Always a pleasure.
Searing heat or freezing cold. Which is the greater hardship, I wonder?
Remain focused. A clouded mind shall serve you poorly in an ambush.
Why? Peruse at your leisure, sir.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
So, there was naught left of the Overseer. I'll wager he thought to take the pawns. He always was a spiteful old git. At any rate, I'm well grateful. I only hope they'll heed my words as they have. But I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them in time, no doubt. My word! Isn't with this, I'll be able to guide the pawn. Now there's no chance of any of them being left behind. Seems I've no end of things to thank you for. I appreciate all you've done here. I'll get the pawn.
'Tis strange to think a god's way would be used to guide my brethren to safety, after all the woe they have caused us.
A resounding success!
You have my thanks.
Took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen?
Got any tales to liven up my day?
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Ah, I remember you. What brings... It is a miracle you're still alive. Oh? You believe we ought to evac farther, I dare say, than anyone would. If we must, but I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to... In fact, there's a rather delicate blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. The smith, Gustava, is a man... Well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always... She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment...
Ah, I remember the blacksmith.
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
Would you be so kind as the smith's wife, Cleuna, would sooner have...
I would have us save as many lives as we can.
We ought to choose our next destination based on the movements of the clouds.
Well now, whatever brings you here? You'd have us evacuate with the encampment?
Now, now, I'll hear none of that. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your after all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful, the path seems much changed since last we walked it.
Outstanding! This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
Would you be so kind as to escort the smith's wife, Cleuna?
I have to say, I wasn't...
I've never seen aught like this. I'd wager my own master...
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and let him know that we'll wait here?
There's a ladder here.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider.
How many times must I say it? I'll not... Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which it concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. The man's something of a regular at our... I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation. I must confess, Could I prevail upon you at this point? Methinks anything I say will fall.
Sir Lamond is...
Might I prevail upon you to speak with Sir Lamond?
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Not this. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Course ye... Aye, fine. I'll do it. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind, but...
Sir?
I've given ye my word, cuz.
Uncommon materials can be found here, methinks.
I cannot thank you, and we shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamond's armed. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have yet, come what may. I swear to see
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated.
Fortune cannot be relied upon to solve.
I haven't the foggiest what awaits.
I enjoy this work. Keeps me on my toes.
'Tis as I've dreaded. Calamity is nigh.
Oh, but I do miss the luxury of an ox cart now that they're not operating. There really was no finer way to travel.
Did yon statue not sink into the sea?
Behold! It moves! Go forth, Talos! May you strike down any dragon in your...
The statue came alive again! I sense no hostility from it. Let us see what it aims to achieve, ere we act against it.
listen. We have no.
It appears we found a ballista.
Let us make use of this during battle. I've no doubt it would catch our foes unawares.
This was your doing, was it not? I'll not pretend. It was enough to give me hope of snatching this world.
Truly, the strength of the mortal will ne'er ceases.
You seem distracted.
Perhaps you believe destruction to be my goal, that I seek to bring an end to this. However, naught can be further from in this world. I exist only to...
Arisen? Could it be that the world fought?
Well, 'twould seem that this man is aware of my...
I confess I know not what you are, nor do I care. Be you a transcendent being, know that you have no right to deem this world a
He bears a will strong and true. Had he but chosen a different path, he would have made. Yet there is no sense lamenting what might have been. After all, what need is there for Arisen?
You underestimate mortal kind. Mark my words. The day will come when, and on that day I shall free it from its yoke, from the burden of this loathsome dogma of dragons! Did my words reach them? No matter. I will not be swayed. Continue your fight, Arisen, to the last. I shall...
If I can but ascertain what is becoming...
The sky
fear for the
glows
arbor.
red with fury. Oh, you return. You were gone so long. Oh. I am not sure but I can try to convince him.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the Elven.
Come. I must...
Findelnar. Nevea nolwendelis kemen.
Kasinke telpe nun final. Fionar elwe arfarne nenwen.
Morvani morivin Findelnar. Nevea tara morivin. Lisfa out yav morin garina like asar kemen ros ilorat surne kemen ros herenon yav kuruir. Falis
Nun is amanda kill.
herenon nun lia Findelnar. Li Findelnar morivin orne osto. Firnis moriv.
Alcarwa fir nun anemartir. Tindome ingarina fa alme alc. Sorne an fameltor. Vanalin hyror soron. Lera nefir heranon. Anne arteher.
Only time will tell whether the cutting shall take root. For now,
a piece of the arbor heart goes with you.
You carry the very soul of our people with you, my friend.
Nenwen mor Iwanon.
a solitary shard is good for little. We need to seek out more of these, if 'tis to be of use.
We must take care not to throw it away by mistake.
Salma Arenfe. Alekando Nandemi.
Ne a fair more Finland Tarma.
Kasinke telpi nun findaler. Aidalia anandor. Nulli.
Nenambo e javstir uru findelnar. Kemen ros uru neteren, ne romen anar.
Luintarmi kinalen meltol. Parant ne meltol linkan aldakar, an fir nun fi.
Palan hjarmenran. Lis fa arnef elorato ala. Nun mor arda. Nenwen mor aiwanon. Alkarwa fir nun iavstir lalasta. Nun falasmir.
I thank you, friend. It would be no exact...
Your fight continues, does it not?
I thank you, friend.
Abnormal about that dragon. Though what?
We must face our foe, unflinchingly, however fearsome it may be.
An opening. Focus your attacks.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
No quarrel here.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy. Oh, I see you into something about Come, let me grant you wings.
and true, and a quarry shall fall. 'Tis easily done.
That horn appears to be the source of its power. Let us not miss this chance to strike it.
The beast is uncannily swift for its size. It can change within the blink of an eye.
The Red Cloud's advance is halted. This reprieve may be a temporary one, but I'm glad for it all the same.
Your luck too far. I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have...
So, Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's...
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can... Ah, Sir Arisen. With the world in such disarray, I could not. Thus did I return. To I maintain order as best I can, but enough of my woes. You wish us to evacuate? After all, if we sit on our haunches, alas, the people of Batal are far. Should we proceed, unheeding of their division, with every soul at their wits' end? As such, before we take any measures, I would. And should you encounter any discord, such efforts will doubtless allow the As for me, my work here is far from done.
Fled tempers are understandable, given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Bakhbatal.
As for me...
Well... For the heavens are watching.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your...
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
You'll get what's coming to you. Trust in yourself
This
as I
must be
trust
the
in
end.
you.
Is that all you've got?
You dare!
Steel yourself.
Chance.
On your feet!
Go on, have a look.
Fine. This one's got thick skin.
You're telling me? I don't think I've got another punch left in.
Bah. I can't stomach more quarreling after this. Let's drain the...
Too right. I've clean forgotten what we were arguing about to begin with, if I'm honest.
Their tempers do appear to be quelled, but I hope you aren't injured, Master.
'Tis not what I expected.
Five wares aplenty, as you can see.
Well met. This way. I saw it first. Trust a flea.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food.
You there! You couldn't have put this upstart in his place for me, weren't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you...
All right, clear off. Pretty words.
You said it's bad to hurt people. You look big and strong.
How might I be of service? Welcome and well, as a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate. We offer excellent service at a fair. Always a pleasure.
said it's bad to hurt people. Wow! Thanks, sir. Sir Rakim.
Really? Thanks. That's mighty kind of you. If I... Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait. You shared your food with them.
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show we are none of us so different.
Outstanding.
Ah! You're just riding on your...
You slander my honor, sir. I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Nara, let's not be too... If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor...
Aye, true enough. Without a witness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this knave? He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to...
And it was your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us...
Have at you! Trust in yourself as I trust in you!
Few are privy to the goings-on in the Forbidden Magic Research Lab, even among the Batali.
Indeed. And the researchers employed there are as tight-lipped as they come.
Do the people not question its existence? I should like to know more about its activities if 'twere me.
Keep back! I do not wish to injure you.
Have you lost your wits? You dare violate the sanctity of our jewel?
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The lot.
Nay. 'Twas I who underestimated you.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on were it not for your timely appearance.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take...
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this.
My heart is light as a feather after that exchange.
The citizenry speak highly of your deeds, sir. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must... We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time... Pray. Return to heavens only know how many lives you risk.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now.
Fear not. 'Tis well in hand. Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up.
Her Majesty has begun her supplications.
Stay your hand, Vera. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informed you have our gratitude. For it seems your efforts have... We would present you with this gift. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make an... Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, we thought that he might be more inclined to heed your... Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our...
Pray, excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but...
Indeed. Forgive us, but we...
Bakhbatal and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I am certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace.
A resounding success!
Or so I had assumed. Yet aught here... I must examine that creature. It may...
The direct path through the gap in those rocks is somehow obstructed. We shall... Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent, no doubt. But we must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
Look, Master, an urn. It doesn't seem a threat, but perhaps we ought to break it, to be doubly sure.
More must be urged to evacuate.
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you... The end of the world. Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Mel. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeat. You would have me evacuate the city. Ever since the fall of Mel, the citizens of Vernworth, if there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, but I doubt I could convince the people of this. Methinks your Majesty would do better to... After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, if the people will heed anyone,
'Tis admirable how Regent Kinsven has taken up command of the kingdom. We would be remiss not to offer him our aid.
By your leave.
So you've come. I'm glad to see. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your... Truth be told, I had reached the same... So long as we cower within these... My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors, and the only remaining obstacle is my mother. I have tried to make her see reason. However, I fear that my position I must put the needs of the common folk before... Now, there are a few matters I must... We will require several ox carts. Might I prevail upon you to petition? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any... Would you be so kind as to petition them? You may assure him that the royal...
Such quietude is a blessing.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers. Between you and me, I fear for... Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her... Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? But I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips. So do as you will. The throne and its powers.
Yes? This was in Mother's room. I did, but why would she... There's aught inside. Might you excuse me? I would speak with Mother. All she did, all the scheming, all the plots. So I cannot leave her to her fate. Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign, but in truth, you sought to better the lot of...
Ah, but I would have benefited. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that if I had but better known your heart, I could have shared. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together...
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on that weight is as much mine to bear as...
My son, your kindness will save many lives. My son,
Your kindness will save me.
Would you be so kind as to... You may assure him that the royal...
As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts?
We have chartered the ox carts as requested. It is a pleasant change for things to go so smoothly, eh, Master?
Splendid.
My son. Your kindness will save...
Ah, you've returned. How fares you do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations.
You have my gratitude.
I am grateful.
Than a four-eyed trip.
We must halt its calamitous charge at any cost.
True, but take heart. For even if all the world should buckle before its might, the Arisen shall not falter.
End this foe.
Just in the nick of time. What
Tis ideal terrain for fighting so nimble a foe. Let us use this fight to find the optimal place to strike. Prepare yourself!
The Red Cloud's advance is halted. This reprieve may be a temporary one, but I'm glad for it all the same.
The red clouds are suffused with ill intent. Might they not be someone's will made manifest?
I see you do not relent. Your persistence is most intriguing. Alas, would that the world had. I am certain that your tale would have yet. 'Twas not to be.